So this is a simple Gmail login or sign page. Now, say for example, if I want to write something over here, email or phone number. So what I have to do or locate करना है, so I have to inspect it first, right? So I will say right click and then inspect. Okay. Let me. So you can see this is an input tag, okay, and the ID is identifier ID, right? आप उसके through जा सकते हो as in by dot id and then identifier id. Say for example, consider you don't have to go with the id. Okay, मुझे id से नहीं जाना अभी. Actually हम लोग वही लेंगे. In normal cases we have to go with id only. But say for example, if we don't want to go with current right now with id, okay, if you want to create an XPath for this, सबसे पहले for what is XPath? So XPath is nothing but a relative path. XPath is a relative path. As in, see, there are two paths, absolute and relative. Okay, so absolute means from source to destination. Okay, source to destination. Whereas relative means in relation to some thing, you are going to the destination. Relative way में, है ना? So not the right so or not the source, but relative location to destination. Okay. So consider for example, say for example, आप absolute में क्या है कि अगर आप अपने you are coming from your home to this institute, so that is an absolute path. You are following one particular path, source to destination. But in case of relative path, you are telling one person the path to this institute from railway station. So railway station everyone knows, right? So from railway station to this institute, that path you are telling. So you are telling the path to reach this institute from a relative position, not from the source, right? So absolute means source to destination, whereas relative means from a relative location, not the source. Okay, somewhere in between. So हमारे केस में we have HTML document, right? So HTML starts with this tag, okay, and ends with this tag, right? HTML का पेज पूरा इस तरह से रहता है और इसके बीच में क्या आएगा आपका head, okay, and head will be completed, and then you have body tag. Okay. So in case of body tag, if you have different what you say different tags, okay, consider you have a tag of division tag, and then you have an ending division tag, okay. And inside this division tag again you have another division tag and completion of division tag, okay. And inside this division tag you have an anchor tag, okay. href equals some value and then some text and then anchor dot tag dot complete got completed, okay. So this is a text which is hyperlinked, है ना, इस पे लिंक रहेगी. अब ये anchor tag पे you don't find a id tag, okay. But say for example यहाँ पे id mention है, id is equal to some value, okay. So if you want to reach to this anchor tag, if it does not have an id or name attribute, तो हमारे पास ऑप्शन क्या बचता है? एक तो लिंक टेक्स्ट है, because it is hyperlink तो लिंक टेक्स्ट है. But say for example मुझे लिंक टेक्स्ट से नहीं जाना, मुझे XPath के ऑप्शन से जाना. XPath में I have one option that is absolute, that is full XPath. I will start from HTML. I will go to body, div and anchor tag, है ना? आप इस तरह से लिखोगे इसे, this HTML, then body, then div and then anchor, right? This is how you are going to write it. From HTML you want to reach to this. जैसे आप लिखते हो C drive फिर slash folder name फिर folder name and then you reach to a destination file. So यहाँ भी HTML फिर body फिर division and anchor. So this becomes your absolute path. Okay, but if you want to reach from this position to anchor tag, then it becomes your relative path, right? So मैंने इसे क्यों पिक किया? The reason is कि this particular tag is having a ID tag or ID attribute, right? So ID attribute, we are aware that ID attribute is always unique, है ना? So we can identify this division tag with the help of this unique ID. Okay, so I will be writing my XPath with double slash. Okay, I'll say division tag double like square brackets, and in that square brackets, because this is an attribute, so for attribute I will say @ sign. Okay, for attribute I will say @ sign. And what is the attribute name? ID, right? And what is the value? So equals, and then whatever be the value, I will write the value. So by writing this line, okay, I am directly reaching to this point. So what I am saying, find a division tag which is having a ID as an attribute with value specified over here. Okay, so this ID will be unique, so it will identify this is a division tag with ID matching this value. Okay, now you want to reach to division and then anchor, so you will say slash division and then slash anchor. Okay, clear up till this part? So ये आपका X path होगा और ये आपका absolute path. You have to reach to this anchor tag with the help of this tag names. That is your path. Yeah, basic difference. Now, in case of XPath or whatever XML or HTML you are using, there is a relationship between the tags. Say for example, this anchor tag, relationship between division tag and anchor tag is parent child, because it is inside that division. So division tag becomes parent and anchor tag becomes child. Okay, now this division and this anchor tag, इसका क्या relationship होगा? इस division और इसका तो हो गया parent child, है ना? So now लेकिन parent का parent, यानी ये division tag is, this division is parent of this division tag. Now what is the relationship between anchor tag and division tag? That is ancestor. Okay, grandparents, ancestor. So this is ancestor, any parent tag. This division tag is an ancestor, this is an ancestor, this is an ancestor. Okay, and this becomes your descendant. Okay, this becomes your descendant. This is the relationship. Okay. Now say for example, this particular division tag is having another division tag. So I will say div, okay, and div close. And one more division tag. Okay, so इनका रिलेशनशिप क्या हो गया? ये डिवीजन टैग, ये डिवीजन और ये डिवीजन, ये सभी चाइल्ड है of this parent, right? These all are parent child of this parent division. इनका रिलेशनशिप आपस में क्या हो गया? In between They are called as, what are your brothers and sisters called? Sibling. Very good. So they are called as siblings. Okay. इन सभी का रिलेशनशिप क्या हो जाएगा? Sibling. Okay. So this relationship is to be understood if you want to understand XPath perfectly. Okay. Normal XPath I'll explain you, and as well as if using these things also you'll understand. Okay. So let's go with this part. So अगर मुझे इसका XPath create करना है, okay. Now I have one option over here. Let me have that extension installed. I'll explain you where to install that extension. Or you can say just a minute. Okay, so this is not giving you. Just a minute. Let me install that portion. See, in case of Firefox, you have Mozilla. Add-ons.mozilla. So this is a website. Okay, this is the URL from where you can add the extensions or add-ons of Firefox browser. So यहाँ पे एक extension आपको find करना है. Okay, find add-ons. There are two different add-ons. One is CrowPath. Okay, one is CrowPath. You can see CrowPath is coming. So CrowPath you can select. It's already added. I don't know why it's not coming up. So CrowPath पे आप जाओगे तो यहाँ पे आपको install या add करने के लिए option आएगा. Right? So accordingly you can add it. And similarly you can search for selectors hub. Okay, selectors hub. This is also one good what you say extension or add-on by, it's an Indian person, Sanjay Kumar. Okay, and just click on add to Firefox. So XPath plugin to generate, write and verify XPath and CSS selector. So it auto generates all kinds of relative XPath, access path, index path, CSS selector. So it generates automatically. Okay, so you can add it, add to Firefox, and it will get added. So these are two extensions you can see. Okay. So I mentioned them here. One is CrowPath and the other one is selectors hub. Okay. So you can get the option selectors hub over here. Copy directly, you can copy relative XPath for this particular email. Okay, so you can go over here, copy relative XPath. Okay, and let me paste it over here. Let's see what it gives. See, the same thing I have typed as in double slash input tag, because it was an input tag, and we have an ID as an attribute. Okay, and what was the value of it? Identifier ID, right? तो वो uniquely locate करेगा. See, अगर मैं इसको inspect कर रहा हूँ, so what it says, input is a tag name. Search for a tag name having input as a tag name and ID which is nothing but attribute. So यहाँ पे attribute के लिए @ sign, और attribute का नाम क्या है? ID, और उसकी value क्या है? Identifier ID. So this is what is ID is equal to identifier. Now consider you don't have this. यहाँ पे actually it should come up. I don't know why it's not coming over here. Otherwise, XPath ProPath option should come over here. I'll get it in the Firefox. But in case of Chrome, you will find it. Okay, let me find out over here. Let me open up some media. So if I right click over here and do inspect, see again selectors hub is also already installed. You can directly copy the relative path. So it's easy. Okay. But if you go to inspect, so again say this is an input tag with ID is 2 tab search text, right? With ID is 2 tab search. Now if you go over here, see you can find grow path and selectors hub. Okay. So if you select grow path, it should also give you the same thing. Okay. Input is the tag name and @ID is equal to 2 tab search text box. Okay, that's it. And in case of CSS selector, this hash sign actually indicates ID. Hash sign indicates ID and dot sign indicates class. Okay. So अभी हम CSS पे focus नहीं कर रहे. We'll go with relative XPath. Okay. So these are the extensions. You can directly use it. You can click on this copy and you can use it, or you can. This is for crowbar. If you select selectors hub, again selectors hub will be giving you the same option. Don't use it. I need to upgrade actually. That is for Pro. I think there has to be restart browser. I don't know why it's not showing what comes up over here, but actually it should come up the CSS selector of XPath over here. Okay, directly if you use it, you can get the XPath, relative XPath, copy relative XPath. You can paste it over here. It will come the same. No, not this one. Either it's not working. CSS, this, yeah, now it's coming. Okay. Directly, what I have done, I have right click and then went to selectors hub and then clicked on copy relative XPath. So you don't have to get inside that particular part. You can just copy it. Copy the relative XPath, relative CSS selector. This is JavaScript, JS path. So click on this, and if you paste it over here, you will get the JavaScript option for selecting the same input type. So document.query selector and then hash total. Okay. So that is the benefit of this selectors tab, selectors hub extension. Okay. So copy absolute XPath. So click on that. Absolute XPath if you see. So this is the absolute. It is starting from HTML. HTML, then body, then division, header, division, and so on. It comes over here. Now this one sign, why it is coming one sign? Because see, if I want to go from this division to this particular division, okay, over here, yahan pe. So what is the position of this division? See, this is the first child, second child, third child, right? So I want to go to the third child, right? So I have to say over here position of the child in that. So that is why you are able to see over here one division one. Okay. अगर आपके टैग के अंदर मल्टीपल सिबलिंग होंगे, सेम टैग नेम होंगे, तो आपको पोजीशन देना, राइट? सो ये एक ऑप्शन है, आप टैग नेम लिखो, ओके, एंड गो फॉर दिस @ attribute name and is equal to web. Now let's consider today's deals. Okay, let's just consider this one. Inspect. Now can you, this is an anchor tag, हम लोग link text से जा सकते हैं. Link text is today's deal. That is one option for locating element. But now ये anchor tag में id या name नहीं है, right? तो हम लोग डायरेक्टली ये वाले मेथड से तो नहीं कर सकते कि भाई tag name @id is equal to that we cannot do. So what we have to do now, we have to search for a tag, parent tag with id attribute. Okay, तो ये एंकर टैग है, इसका पेरेंट कौन सा होगा? सी ये सब सिबलिंग है, ये एंकर टैग सिबलिंग है, राइट? मोबाइल्स, बेस्ट सेलर्स, okay, you can see over here they are siblings, they are on the same they are under the same division, right? If you can see on the top. Now this is a parent division tag. Now we can see division having an id, okay, division having an id which is nav extra. So what I will do, I have to go directly over here and then I will reach to this particular today's date, which is at the third position, first, second and third position, right? So how should I write this? How should I write this? So I will say for this division tag, if I want to reach directly over here, I will say / division tag, okay, square brackets. I can see at id and name extra, right? So I will say @id is equal to, very good. So name hyphen x short. So by writing this, you are directly reaching to this point. अब यहाँ से आपको कहाँ जाना है? Third one. So what you have to write over here, / anchor tag and position. What is the position? Third. So you have reached to that position, right? So आप यहाँ पे पहुँच जाओ. आप इसको copy कर लो. You copy this, okay? And let's go over here. Same thing, acro path. Just paste your XPath over here. Okay? This is another XPath. I'll explain this also. Okay? So just copy, paste, and enter. See, one element matching. Okay, and if you see, you can see over here href deals this one. You can see the same tag over here, anchor tag. ये पूरा जो आपको यहाँ दिख रहा है, वो आपको यहाँ दिखेगा. So whatever it is identifying, that will be displayed over here. And it is saying one element matching, isn't it? So यूनिक एलिमेंट आपको मिल गया। ओके, सो अगर आपके पास ऐसा टैग है जिसमें आपको आईडी नहीं मिल रहा, आईडी या नेम नहीं मिल रहा, तो गो टू द पैरेंट टैग। सो लाइक लकीली वी फाउंड दिस, इसके पैरेंट टैग में आपको आईडी मिल गया। अगर इसके उसमें नहीं मिलता तो यू कुड हैव गॉन टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल। इसका पैरेंट कौन सा है, ये है, आप यहाँ से ले लो, राइट। इसमें से फिर यहाँ पे जो अब ये डिवीजन टैग की पोजीशन क्या है, एक ही है ना, इस डिवीजन में एक ही डिवीजन टैग है, तो वही डिवीजन स्लैश डिवाइड, और फिर आप एंकर 3 पे जाओ। गॉट इट। सेम वे अगर यहाँ पे 1 कर दोगे तो इट शुड रीच टू दिस लेवल, दैट इज बेस्ट सेलर्स। तो आप यहाँ पे जाके एंटर कर दो, 1 एलिमेंट मैचिंग एंड दैट इज द बेस्ट सेलर्स, राइट। तो दिस इज अ वेरी सिंपल वे टू अंडरस्टैंड। अगर किसी भी टैग में अगर आपको एक्सपाथ क्रिएट करना है उस टैग तक पहुंचने के लिए, तो देन गो एंड फाइंड आईडी एट्रीब्यूट और नेम एट्रीब्यूट विच इज यूनिक इन द पैरेंट टैग। जहां भी मिल गया आप वहां पे स्लैश करके वो टैग नेम @id या फिर नेम इज इक्वल टू वैल्यू, आप उस टैग पे पहुंच जाओ। ओके, सो दिस इज यूजिंग पोर्शन। ओके, जब अगर आपको आईडी या नेम से जाना है, लेकिन जैसे अभी ये एंकर टैग है, राइट, और एंकर टैग में यू आर अवेयर दिस इज अ मोबाइल इज अ टेक्स्ट, मोबाइल इज अ लिंक टेक्स्ट, राइट। So I can write this way also. I can write for the same thing. I can write this way also. Double slash a tag. I will say text method is equal to single quotes में. Okay, what is the value of text? Mobiles. That's it. Complete. This is also representing the same thing. ये भी XPath यहीं पे लाएगा, and this XPath is also going to bring over here. Okay, आप इसको कॉपी करो and paste it over here. Okay, enter. 1 element matching, anchor tag, mobile phone. The same thing you will see over here. Okay, so अगर आपको टेक्स्ट है, एंकर टैग है या बटन है, जहां पे स्टार्टिंग ऑफ एंकर टैग और जो टैग नेम है और क्लोजिंग ऑफ टैग नेम उसके बीच में टेक्स्ट दिख रहा है, उस केस में आपको टेक्स्ट मेथड यूज करना है। @ नहीं है, @ इज ओनली फॉर एट्रीब्यूट, और एट्रीब्यूट में आईडी और जो नेम है दैट इज ओनली यूनिक, राइट। तो तब आपको यूज करना है जब आप एट्रीब्यूट से फाइंड आउट करें, और टेक्स्ट मेथड यूज करना है जब आप दो टैग के बीच में कोई टेक्स्ट है और आपको टेक्स्ट वो यूनिक लग रहा है, तो आप डायरेक्टली वो टैग का नाम लिखो टेक्स्ट मेथड। अब इसी का दूसरा फॉर्मेशन किस तरह से है, डबल स्लैश a स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स कंटेन्स, ओके, टेक्स्ट मेथड कॉमा single quotes mobile, this is going to give you the same thing। यहाँ पे हमने क्या यूज किया है, कंटेंट्स, हो सकता है मोबाइल फोन्स या मोबाइल डिवाइसेस समथिंग, मोबाइल करके कुछ लिखा हो, तो मैं कंटेंट्स लिख रहा हूँ बिकॉज ये एंकर टैग या कोई भी एंकर टैग हैविंग अ टेक्स्ट which is containing this mobiles partial, it could be mobile phones, mobile devices, right, mobile handset। so आपको यहाँ पे वो कंटेंट्स तब लिखना है जब आपको पार्ट लिखना है कि उसका पार्ट है, जैसे लॉग इन, तो आप क्या लिखोगे, कंटेंट्स टेक्स्ट लॉग, तो लॉग इन में लॉग आ गया, पार्ट आ गया, कंटेन आ गया। साइन इन है तो साइन, तो कहीं पे भी वो साइन देखेगा, राइट, उसको आइडेंटिफाई कर, ठीक है। तो आप इस तरह से भी यूज कर सकते हो। अभी अगर मैं यूज करता हूँ इसमें मोबाइल्स, एंड कॉपी दिस एंड पेस्ट इट ओवर हियर, paste it over here, enter, see same thing, 1 element matching, and you can see it is identifying the same, you can see XPath equals 1, this attribute came, XPath is equal to 1. You can see. Clear up till this part, guys? Now the way we have contains, okay, the way we have contains, we have one more keyword, that is /a starts with, okay, starts with, and then text method, comma, in single quotes. So what starts with says, if your word or a sentence, or right, 2 words later, it is starting with mobiles, then it will find out that mobiles, right? उसको identify. Starts with मतलब मोबाइल से start हो रहा है. अगर साइन इन है तो साइन लिख रहे हो तो साइन इन से स्टार्ट हो, राइट? तो ये स्टार्ट्स विद कब यूज करना है, जब आपको ऐसा फाइंड करना है टैग नेम जिसमें टेक्स्ट है वो इस वैल्यू से स्टार्ट हो, और कंटेंट्स में ये कंटेंट है. तो लॉगिन के केस में मैं ऐसा लिखूंगा, अगर इन लिखता हूं तो इन इज पार्ट ऑफ लॉगिन, है ना. बट इसके केस में मुझे क्या लिखना पड़ेगा, लॉग, बिकॉज लॉग से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, लॉग इन. लेकिन इन यहाँ ये दोनों लॉग इन को आइडेंटिफाई करें, बिकॉज इन इज पार्ट ऑफ लॉग इन. इन इज पार्ट, or you can say sub string of log. Okay, but over here log starts with word. Okay, clear? Understood this portion? So ये कुछ different variations है. Now consider you have reached to this portion. Okay, now if you want to go to the parent tag, if you want to go to the parent tag, this division tag, from this location, right, यहाँ से आपको parent tag पे जाना है. तो then we have one option of access. तो हम इसको ऐसे लिखेंगे, double single slash, or you can say this slash parent, okay, colon div. So what this says, parent colon div, it says कि आप यहाँ पे जहाँ पे भी पहुँच लो, with the help of this you are reaching over here. Okay, now search for a parent tag which is having a division tag, a parent tag which is division tag. तो इसका parent tag कौन सा है, division, ये है. तो अगर यहाँ पे जाके मैं enter करता हूँ, see it will take me to this one, div id next extra, div id next, यहाँ पे पहुँच गए, है ना. सेम वे अगर आपको सिबलिंग पे जाना है, सॉरी यहाँ पे अगर आपको, है ना, यहाँ पे आप पहुँच गए, ओके, एंड दिस इज अ सिबलिंग, दिस इज अ सिबलिंग, दिस इज सिबलिंग, ये सब सिबलिंग है ना. तो इफ दिस इज प्रीसीडिंग एंड दिस इज फॉलोइंग, ये प्रीसीडिंग है और ये फॉलोइंग है, तो फॉलोइंग सिबलिंग एंकर टाइप पे जाना है मुझे. तो आई विल से फॉलोइंग सिबलिंग, ओके, कोलन एंकर टैग, कौन सी पोजीशन, सेकंड. सो 1 and 2, दिस इज अ फॉलोइंग सिबलिंग, उसके बाद आ रहा है, and it is at the position of 2, so following sibling, and it is customer service. So let me do enter. See, customer आ गया, customer service, this one, GP help, so this GP help customer display.html. You can see same, you are reaching to that same. Okay, you are reaching to the same portion. यहाँ पे आपको XPath 1 दिख जाएगा, XPath is equal to. So you are reaching to this location, and then you are going, you if you want to go to this level, so you can say following sibling. तो ये सब कब काम लगते हैं? फॉलोइंग सिबलिंग, प्रीसीडिंग सिबलिंग, पैरेंट या चाइल्ड, ये आपको कब काम लगते हैं? जब डायनामिक एक्सपाथ हो, कोई ऐसा एलिमेंट हो, लोकेटर हो जो चेंज होता रहे। जब आप रन करते हो तो उसका लोकेटर कुछ और होगा, वो चेंज होगा। तो फिर आपको एक जो स्टैटिक है, आपको स्टैटिक तक पहुंच जाना है और फिर वहां से आपको उस पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट तक रीच करना, तब आपको ये एक्सेस यूज करना। दे आर कॉल्ड एज एक्सेस।
सब याद रखना पड़ता है। तो जावा में कैसे आ जाता है?
दिस इज लाइक आप यूज करोगे तो यू विल रिमेम्बर। So I'll write down all the access, okay, based on the name of the parent, child, okay, following sibling, preceding sibling. Then you have ancestor, right? So these are the different access. Okay. So ये आप practice कर सकते हो, reach to a particular element and then go to different levels from there itself. So, so this is all about your XPath, okay, how to create an XPath. And you have other options also, as in you can use scroll path or selectors up, okay, that also you can use directly। और या फिर आप यहाँ से भी आप राइट क्लिक करोगे, you have this copy option and then you have copy selector, copy XPath, ये ऑप्शन भी है आपके पास। अगर वो एक्सटेंशन नहीं यूज करते तो भी आपके पास ये ऑप्शन है। So these are different options to find the locator. Finding a locator is very important in case of automation because locator आपको हमेशा unique element ही देता है। So this is important part. Hope this is clear, guys. Clear everyone? XPath question.